Alright everyone, we're going to deal with sciatica. That's the sciatic nerve. If you don't understand, atrophy occurs if you look at paraplegics or victims of nerve damage to their back or anything else like that. Their legs shrivel up. They don't have function in their body, and that's the same way that happened over the years and years of lifting or lifting improperly, is that you get impingement, you get some nerve damage, you cut some things off, and so you're going to get atrophy with that because neurotransmitters have to fire down to those muscles to activate those muscle fibers. So if those muscle fibers aren't being stimulated or activated, then you get atrophy. That's just the way that it goes. Put your hand, immobilize your hand in a cast for a period of time. Do not use it, your hand shrivel up. So you have to take care of your neurotransmitters. The sciatic runs all the way down to your legs. That's why most older people's legs suffer from getting small, is because of the micro damage to their lower back or the neurotransmitters that lead down to their legs from not stretching or impingements or bad postures or years of sitting. And so then you start to get atrophy with that. So if you're bodybuilding and you're young, or if you're middle-aged and you want to be functional as a human being, you have to protect against nerve damage, and that runs down the back of your spine and your spinal cord all the way down into your legs. And I'm going to show you a quick move that I use every morning. I'm just going to show you the sciatic move. So I put the foam roller right where my sacrum is in my lower back. I stretch my legs out, as you can probably see. Give myself a little bit better angle. I stretch my legs out so it's head on, and I lean my shoulders back in the bridging position. Then what I do is that I take my feet from a straight up position and I turn the humerus out to rotate it out so that my hip joints open up and the abductors glutes are being affected. I feel like I'm pressing my sacrum straight down to the ground. I try to touch the ground with my sacrum, and I can feel my psoas and my hip muscles being pulled. Bring it back up. Do that again. Usually I sit my arms back and relax everything. Then I roll. I repeat the process. I do some vacuum breathing, where I'm breathing in and I'm pressing out, so I'm actually working my diaphragm. I'm working the bottom wall of those muscles that cut off when you have to pee and you have to use the restroom and you hold yourself. That muscle actually needs to be worked to, like ketoing for women and for guys. So you act like you got to use the restroom, squeeze that muscle while contracting your transverse abdominals, which actually help to strengthen those muscles and activate those muscles, which will actually loosen up those neurotransmitters, the sciatic nerve going down, the nerves in the lower back, and all those nerves that branch out like that. Also helping with a little bit of flexibility. So I'll show you it again. So I lay back and I have breathing techniques that go with that. And if you can see my legs, they start neutral and they rotate out, and I press down, vacuum in and up. And so that actually loosen up the psoas, the hip flexors in the front, actually release some of that pressure on the erector muscles in the lower back. It breaks up some of that fascia, opens up the hip joints, affect the abductors and adductors, while loosening up so the neurotransmitters from tightness or stiffness or impingements in the lower back area, balancing out the hips, because the hips actually affect the shoulders too, whether you know it or not. It's just the way that the muscle matrix works to influence good neurotransmitters firing and stability during working or training or just human function. For more information on how to follow my program that actually helps deal with lower back injury, sciatica, stiffness, muscle development, because if you do not have neurotransmitters firing off, stimulating the muscles. If you have impingements, if you have irritation or anything else like that, you're not going to fire that muscle off to the full ability. Same way with your shoulders, which will stunt your development, and you won't be able to produce or get as much muscle stimulation or growth as you want. You can go to my website, www.lgfitnessmessiah.com. Thanks.